Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at construction on the Broadway Subway Project in Vancouver, Canada in August of 2024. This is a 5.7 kilometer extension to the Millennium Line with 6 new stations costing $2.8 billion. Major construction started in May of 2021 and has a new estimated completion date of fall 2027, but more on that later in the video. This time round, we'll also be looking at some photos from inside the project that the Ministry of Transportation and Infrastructure have made available via their Flickr page. Starting off looking west along the 700-meter elevated section from VCC Clark, we can see crews at work. The guideway connection between the old and new lines is now complete. From above, we can see the new track slabs and parapets that have been built since the spring. Formwork on the outside of the guideway is starting to come down as well, revealing fresh concrete work. Further along the guideway, track and switch installation are underway for the pocket track. With the switches having many moving parts that all need to be precisely aligned, the switch is first put into place and laid up with wooden supports. Once the final position is confirmed, the track slab will be built and the switches will be permanently installed. In this photo from May 2024, we can see the eastern switch being placed with its wooden supports. And then looking the other direction in this photo, we can see the precise alignment tools holding everything in place. The track slab, which we'll be seeing a lot of today, is the base which supports the rail pads and the rails. Unlike conventional rail lines that use ballast and ties made of wood or concrete to hold everything in place, many rapid transit systems use a ballastless track design that acts as both ballast and ties. It provides many advantages such as highly consistent track geometry, longer lifespan, and reduced maintenance. While the installation cost is higher compared to conventional systems, the overall lifecycle cost is lower. This photo shows the many short pieces of rebar coming out of the guideway that the track slabs are tied into. In the works yard beside the elevated section, more rail has arrived, as well as other components including power rails and the center linear induction rail. We seldom get to see these cross sections. There are still a few tunnel ring segments around the site, even though tunnel boring finished up in the spring. Also under the guideway are these two slabs, one angled and the other flat. It appears to be a test bed for laying track. You can see one piece of rail already installed. The slope section leading to the tunnel portal has now had all structural concrete work completed. Track slabs have been poured on the most western section and inside as well. This photo is looking east from inside. Note the angle of the slab. It will allow trains to travel at a higher rate of speed through the short curved section. The short cut and cover section leading to the station has had all but the very final section of roof and walls poured. Arriving at the first new station, Great Northern Way Emily Carr, a lot has happened in the past 4 months. With tunnel boring complete, almost all the supporting infrastructure for tunneling activities has been removed. The conveyor belts that move material from the cutting heads of the TBMs to the spoil pit are now gone, making room for the next stage of construction. Even the spoil pit is now a storage site. The silos which fed various materials to the TBMs have been disconnected, but are still standing. With room in the station box area freed up, crews are working on the interior and exterior walls on the north end of the station. We can see the center wall forms, as well as rebar for the exterior walls. With the concourse level now fully built, including the roof section, we can see just how thick the concrete floor and roof slabs are. Great Northern Way Emily Carr is the first station to have a fully completed concourse level. The station entrance, also known as the head house, has had another level of wall sections poured. Once construction is done, the head house will be integrated into a new plaza. Moving along to Mount Pleasant Station at the corner of Main Street and Broadway, crews are laying rebar on the east end of the station box for the next section of the concourse level. The head house interior and exterior walls are almost reaching street level now. More forms are in place for the dividing wall between the station box and the head house. The large opening under this form is where passengers will pass through from the station box concourse level to the escalators and elevators in the head house. The east side of the head house is where part of the ventilation equipment for the station and tunnels will be installed. By the next update, the street level floor should be in place here. With the TBM supporting equipment removed from the station box, construction is continuing on the western exterior and interior walls. Rebar is being installed that will tie in the tunnel portal ring to the station box walls, forming one solid structure. You can see the eastbound tunnel portal has already been completed. At the same time, we can see progress on the north side emergency exit, while the south hasn't seen much change since last time. The first permanent utility relocation has been completed here as well. We also witnessed the rare and elusive porta-body migration. This one was heading for shelter from the rain, all by itself, under the watchful eye of the site supervisor. While it's not possible to get inside a tunnel, we've been given a new render showing what the finished tunnels will look like inside. It shows the track, walkway, safety systems, and communications equipment all laid out. Here's a photo from inside a tunnel section earlier this year, complete with TBM supporting infrastructure. Another round of excavation is underway at Broadway City Hall. This time, crews are continuing excavation on the east side of the existing Canada Line station entrance for the future escalator and elevator hall. Two smaller excavators are working down in the pit, while a large one sits up top with a telescopic boom and clamshell bucket, loading dump trucks with material. Further up the hill, a smaller excavator is working where a future set of emergency exit stairs will be. Over on the west side of the station, there hasn't been much visible progress where the connection between the southbound Canada Line and underpass to the new concourse levels are. While we can spy on the scaffolding inside the connection tunnel, we can't see in it, and there haven't been any recent photos released. In the station box, progress is much like other stations. With the TBM infrastructure cleared out, crews can proceed with more interior and exterior wall construction. Another steel tunnel portal was spotted on the floor, being prepared for installation. And now for the not-so-fun part. Announced in early May of 2024, the project is now expected to be completed in the fall of 2027. That puts the project about 22 months behind the original completion date of very late 2025. The project has suffered from minor delays throughout, such as permitting issues leading to the delayed start in construction for several stations, and a 5-week concrete strike in the summer of 2022, which impacted overall construction. However, those pale in comparison to the global supply chain issues brought on by the pandemic. Simply put, when the materials you need to build the line don't show up when expected, or worse, are delayed by many months, it makes it very challenging to build anything. And this isn't an issue that's unique to this project. The Patello Bridge replacement project has faced similar challenges and has also been delayed. Similar issues have impacted other large projects across the country and around the world. The good news is the project is still forecasted to be delivered within the original budget, even with the extended schedule. At Oak-VGH, the headhouse concourse level has been poured, cured, and now crews are working at preparing the next level of exterior walls. At street level, there are many forms waiting to be lowered down. That's because down in the station box, forms and scaffolding are being put in place for the main concourse level. It's a little hard to see at times as access isn't the greatest at Oak-VGH, but progress is looking good. The floor of the station box looks spacious with the TBM conveyor belts gone. "800 meters further west at South Granville Station, we get a better glimpse of what the future station will look like. In the basement of a 39-story tower, the station entrance is further along compared to other stations. This photo shows us inside where the first escalators will be installed. Note the hooks and chain hoists attached to the ceiling that will be used to maneuver the escalator sections into place. Meanwhile, at the top of the tower, the envelope is complete. The view of the city from up here is truly spectacular. Looking down into the station box, more interior walls are in place. In this photo, we can see workers installing rebar for the track slabs back in June, which have since been poured. And finally, at Arbutus station, there's plenty to see. The head house has had half of the concourse level poured, while the other half is almost ready to go. It's always impressive seeing a section just before concrete is poured. The large web of rebar and conduit is fascinating to look at. Inside the station box, part of the concourse level has also been completed, with more forms going up for what looks like the roof sections in some areas. In others, we can see even more rebar for the concourse level. While further along, center walls and support columns on the platform level are still being constructed. On the east end of the station box, where both TBMs broke through in pressure vessels earlier this year, the area is now clear and advancing to the next stage of construction. The exterior walls are slowly coming together. As the longest station box at nearly 340 meters, Arbutus not only has a station, but also a second set of underground crossover points on its east side. It also has additional 60-meter tail tracks on the west side, which will be used for storing trains when not in service. It'll also allow for a seamless connection when the next phase of the line out to UBC gets underway. The tail tracks are being tunneled conventionally. These are the most recent photos of the progress. We can't see it from street level as it's covered by the road deck. Anyways, that's all for today. I'll be filming in Surrey very soon as work ramps up on the new Surrey-Langley SkyTrain project. Expect to see that in about the next month. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.